Welcome to this tutorial on cold versus hot flows in Kotlin Coroutines. Understanding the difference between cold and hot data streams is fundamental to mastering asynchronous programming in Kotlin. In this video, we'll explore how these two types of flows behave differently and when to use each one. Before we dive into cold and hot flows, let's understand what a data stream is. A flow in Kotlin represents a stream of values that are emitted over time. This allows us to process data asynchronously in our coroutines. Think of it like a river where values flow continuously from a source to a collector. The Flow API provides a powerful way to handle sequences of values that arrive asynchronously. Let's start with cold flows. Cold flows have two key characteristics. First, they use lazy execution, which means the code inside the flow builder doesn't actually execute until someone starts collecting from it. Second, they provide independent streams, meaning each collector gets its own separate stream of data. If you have multiple collectors, each one triggers a fresh execution of the flow. Here's a practical example of a cold flow. We create a flow using the flow builder that prints flow started and emits numbers 1 through 3. Notice that nothing happens when we define this flow. The flow only starts executing when we call the collect function. This demonstrates the lazy nature of cold flows. They're passive until actively collected. Now let's look at hot flows, which behave quite differently. Hot flows have active emission, meaning they emit values regardless of whether anyone is collecting or not. They also have shared state, which means multiple collectors receive the same stream of data. Unlike cold flows, where each collector gets independent execution, hot flows broadcast to all active collectors simultaneously. There are two main types of hot flows in Kotlin. StateFlow holds and emits the current state value to new collectors. When a new collector subscribes, it immediately receives the most recent value. SharedFlow, on the other hand, broadcasts values to all active collectors without retaining state. Collectors only receive values that are emitted while they're actively collecting. Here's an example using StateFlow. We create a mutable StateFlow with an initial value of 0. Then we update its value to 1 and 2. These updates happen immediately and any active collectors will receive them. When a new collector starts collecting later, it immediately receives the current value, which is 2. This shows how StateFlow maintains state and shares it with all collectors. Let's summarize the key differences. Cold flows start execution only on collection, exhibit unicast behavior where each collector gets independent execution, and run separately for each collector. Hot flows are always active, exhibit multicast behavior where all collectors share the same stream, and have shared execution across all collectors. Choose cold flows for on-demand operations and hot flows when you need to share state or broadcast events to multiple observers.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.